Protecting your assets and life savings when you're put in a nursing home can put you in a scary predicament with nursing home bills that pile up quickly. So what should you do? Clayton Lingg is an attorney at Mooney and Associates. He's here with advice on how to protect yourself. We're talking about asset protection planning. How does that differ from just basic planning?
Well, really this came about because a lot of the medical advances have extended our lives that historically we unfortunately would pass away quite quickly. Because we're living longer, you know, it's new circumstances are coming about. Financial predicaments, health predicaments, and it causes different issues to arise that we're just not quite accustomed to planning for. That's where elder law really came out of.
Okay, so somebody may have their, a life savings, they've saved all their lives, then they go into long-term care. Is there a way to protect that life savings, or is that just, you just have to pull from that?
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of people are in the situation where they speak to the nursing home and they think there's one option, when in all actuality, there are a lot of options, but you have to understand that. That's why it's important to talk to an elder law attorney. They'll talk to their accountants, many of whom are very intelligent, very accurate, and they'll advise people to gift things away. Unfortunately, if you gift things away, you don't have them anymore.
Sure, they're not your assets.
Right. So it does protect them from your creditors, but not so much from the people who received the gift, their creditors. That's one of the bigger issues. But mainly, you have to understand that how you title things, how you control things, can have a lasting impact on who eventually gets those assets, the nursing homes, or your beneficiaries.
Well, talk about that. I mean, you did mention it's something that I think about, like, am I going to have enough money to take care of myself in my older age? As you say, we live longer and longer now. If you're owing money to a nursing home, can they say go after your house or something like that, like take that? Right.
There's a common misperception now that nursing homes want to get into the real estate business. They don't, all right? They don't want to buy and sell houses. And that's why it's important to understand that if you plan ahead far enough, that you won't have to worry about selling your house in order to pay for care. That's why Pennsylvania has medical assistance, their version of Medicaid. They don't force you to sell your house, but a lot of nursing homes will encourage you to do it to pay for care, not quite explaining that medical assistance will cover your costs during your lifetime.
So really at this point, where would somebody begin?
It's important to understand where you are in your life. People want to know when is the right time to start this planning. Whenever you feel that the situation requires significant planning. If you need a specific date, I can't give you one, but I will say some of the triggering events are when you're starting to, when you get diagnosed with certain illnesses. If you've been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or anything of that sort, you have a bit of a timeline to start planning. You can obviously start planning once somebody's in the facility, but again, your options are limited. So you just have to be aware of where you are in that timeline.
And of course, having a good attorney can really make the best difference. And I'm going to guess you'd recommend Mooney and Associates.
Of course, of course. Yeah, you have to be careful with who you talk to, make sure they understand what they're talking about. But it really comes down to the relationships. Understand who it is and make sure they got it.
Very good. Thank you for sharing this with us and our audience today. Good to have you on the show.